Hi guys, my name is Sinta Asri Febiana. In this lovely occasion, I would like to present you about my book review entitled Before I Go to Sleep, written by S.J. Watson from English. And in this book, there are three main characters. The first is Christine Lucas, second is Ben, and the last is Dr. Nas. In this book, Christine wakes every morning thinking she is 20-something years old with a bright future, but in reality she is 47 years old and she got an accident in 18 years ago that accident make her lose her memories. And this novel also put psychological disorder in one character of the novel, and it is quite interesting for me. And after read this book, I hope we can learn more about psychological, even not specific, but at least we know how to act and how to handle people who have that kind of disorder. And the scope of this study just focus on intrinsic element. It consists of plot, character, setting, theme, and moral message. And next is about biographical the author. S.J. Watson, born on 1971 in Stourbridge in the West Midlands in English, and he released in 2011 thriller novel Before I Go to Sleep, and that novel have been sold in 42 different countries around the world, and it has gone to be an international bestseller. And S.J. Watson studied physics at University of Birmingham, and she moved to London, where he worked in various hospitals and specialized as an audiologist in the diagnosis and treatment of hearing the children. In 2009, S.J. Watson accepted for the first course writing a novel at Faber Academy, and the result is Before I Go to Sleep. And next discussion, we will tell about the summary of this book. I will tell you about little bit Before I Go to Sleep book. And in this novel, Christine Lucas wakes in a strange bed beside a man she doesn't recognize. In the bathroom, Christine finds a picture typed on the wall as of herself as much older woman, and the man in the bed tells her if he is her husband. Christine shocked because Christine never mind if she ever married with men, and Christine always thinking if she is 25 years old, but a man always tell her if he is her husband, and he have married for many years, and Christine have got an accident in 18 years ago that make her lost her memories. But after that, Ben, man who in the bed, leave for his job as a teacher at nearby school, and Christine received a call from a stranger who tells if he is a doctor, and a man who has been helping her attempt to to recover some of memories. He is Dr. Nas. Dr. Nas want to pick Christine up and go to some places, and Dr. Nas will help to Christine to try remember all memories about Christine life. The next discussion is about my review, and I will tell about the strength of this book. I think the genre of this novel is mystery, but inside we can know that Christine character has psychological disorder, and it is quite interesting. The reason why I choose this book, because in this novel, whenever Christine sleeps, her mind will erase everything she know today and everything she did today, and she will wake up without knowing who she is and forget everything about her personal information. It is a good novel because the writer give unexpected endings in this book. And next is about the content of the book. There are plot. In the plot, there are exposition. In exposition, there are quotation from this book. From Christine in page 1, Christine said, "I don't know where I am, how I came to be here. I don't know how I'm going to get home. I have spent the night here. I was woken by a woman's voice at first. I thought she was in bed with me, but then realized he was reading the news and I was hearing radio alarms. And when I opened my eyes, found myself here in this room I do not recognize." In this exposition, the stories begin when Christine tried to remember all the things about her memories, and she tried find the detail that might trigger recollection. The next is there are rising action. In rising action, there are quotation from Christine in from page 9, and Christine said, "I close my eyes, even as my mind tries to reject this information. I know somewhere that it is true. I heard myself start to cry again, and as I do so, this man comes over to where I stand in the doorway. I feel his presence next to me. Do not move as he puts his arms around my waist. Do not resist as he pulls me into him," and so on. And the rising action is the problem appears when she closed their eyes, but her mind tried to reject the information. She always cried to remember what she wanted to do before, but her husband will always together behind her to help. And the climax of this book is when Christine said, "I close my eyes and try to imagine it, and as I do, I begin to remember the two of us in bed and drying on my stomach in my hair, me turning to him as he begins to laugh and kiss me again. Mike, I am saying, stop it. You have to leave soon. Ben's back later today and I have to pick Adam up. Stop it." This climax is The story reached the climax when Christine tried to imagine that happened to her in the past, and she remembered about someone that do sexual abuse to her, namely is Mike, and she realized that memory of this day has come to her before. So the last is about falling action. Falling action in this falling action, Christine said, but I do not. I pull myself upright and then I stand, looking at him on the floor in front of me. No matter what I do now, I think he was won. He will always have won. And from the quotation above, so that Christine, no matter that she do right now, her husband always support and always help her in any condition. And the result, and about the resolution, the ending of this book is happy ending, because in page 2013, Christine said, I look at my sleeping husband. I remember us meeting that night of the party, the night I watched the firework with Clary and on the roof. I remember him asking me to marry him on holiday in Verona, and the rush of excitement I felt as I said yes. At the end, she remembered everything about herself and her husband, and she remembered about her child, and this novel closed by happy ending. And next is about character and setting. Christine Lucas is the main character in this novel. Christine Lucas have a mystery she has mystery of her life. Christine can remember about personal information, and she tries to reconstruct her memories about her past, but she couldn't. We can see from Christine quotation in page 26. Christine said, I close my eyes, try to focus on something, anything yesterday, last Christmas, any Christmas, my wedding, there is nothing. And the setting of place in England, and setting of time is the time when the story happens. In this story, the time was set in 1960, where it was the time since Christine Lucas was born. And next discussion is about the theme. The theme of a novel is more than its subject matter, because an author technique can play as strong as a role in developing a theme as action of the character do. For the theme of this story is psychological suffer. This theme refers to Christine characterization. Why Christine suffer from psychology amnesia? Because there was something in the past. There was happened to her in the past. It is find out that there were head injuries, and this information was came up when Christine already several treatment from the psychologist, Dr. Nas, and interview and witness. And the next is about the next discussion is about moral message. From this story, we can get so many lessons and give me the improvement which portrayed through Christine character. that she unable to remember certain memorize, inability to remember personal information, unexplained or persistent confusion, anxiety, and depressed mood. It happened because she got sexual abuse from Mike that pretend to be her husband Ben. That attack made her head that attack made her head injury and caused her to suffer. The last lesson that we can get is do not judge someone based on what they look. You should know them deeper than you will know the truth. And the last is about the critic or personal opinion. I think this novel is interesting because the story is about mystery and the author gave an unexpected ending that made the reader surprised and it makes more interesting. The language or sentence that author use are simple and easy to be understand, so don't worry about the content. Even this is a new novel, but we can read it easily. The last from my presentation is conclusion. The conclusion is before I go to sleep is a fiction thriller mystery novel that really interesting to be read because the story not only about mystery but there also psychological disorder suffering by Christine character. That's all about my presentation. I'm sorry if a lot of mistakes in my presentation and I say thank you.